Wow, we're live, we're live.
How
Hello,
are
everyone.
you?
I am good, and let's welcome everyone back to HRTV because it's their favorite online talk show for all things that's HR. I'm Shireen Kelly, and guess what? We're actually kicking off season 5. Can you believe it, Ajit?
Yes.
5
I
years of amazing, incredible guests and impactful conversations. I really cannot believe it.
true. I just feel like we just got to know each other and we just started this thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, time flies, man.
It does really, really fast. So, Ajit, over to
Hi
you.
everybody. My name is Ajit. Happy New Year, and we hope 2025 has kicked off well and amazing for everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We got an exciting year ahead, and we're going to have a lot of sessions planned, wonderful session planned, and we want to pump up you guys for this year and get you guys ready for a better 2025.
Yeah, with so much of learning that the speakers are going to be sharing. But before that, to all our loyal viewers, we would like to thank you for sticking with us all this while. Some of you have been with us for 5 years, some 3 years, some 2 years, but we really appreciate it. And if you're new here, well, we'd like to welcome you to HRTV family and well, get comfortable because we've got plenty in store for you this season. Like Ajit said, we've got lots lined up already, and we are excited, and I'm sure you guys are excited too.
Yeah, and we're also excited to have you guys today for another wonderful session, a very meaningful discussion, and hope that everybody will get a fresh perspective of how HR leadership is changing and learn as we go along as well.
Mm, yeah, that's right. And today we're kicking off with a powerful topic. I'm sure all of you want to know, right? It's called HR Leadership Playbook. Yeah, we're going to play while learning about leadership strategies for inspiring and empowering teams. This episode is packed with actionable insights, so you won't want to miss any part of it. And I can't wait to dive in. But first, Ajit, why don't you give a quick rundown for the newbies who's tuning in what this show is about?
All right, sure, no problem. So I hope everybody is doing well and having a fantastic day. For those who tune in for the first time, let me share a little bit about our show. We are hashtag HR Intervents, commonly referred to as hashtag HRTV. It's an online talk show presented by Compass Mind Asia. Oh my God, Shireen, I'm so fumbling up today. Yeah? A
I know
renowned
you didn't sleep all night. I can understand. Please excuse Ajit.
yes,
He has
yes,
not
yes.
slept all night.
Work has been piling up, and again, Compass Mind Asia, a renowned corporate training provider. In our previous episode, we engaged discussions with various experts covering wide range of topics and related to HR and people development.
That's right. And what are the topics you want to cover also on the topics that was run previously?
Okay, we did cover a future proving the HR workforce. We also covered agile HR business partnering. We also covered stress management and a lot more. You name it, we have covered it. 5 good years, Cheryl. We have covered so much more. In case you have missed of all this, you have missed out any of these episodes, we will then show you a link later on how you are able to watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, so we're going to put it on the ticker below. So, but guys, please don't go to it now. You can binge watch our previous episodes and seasons, and I'm sure that really sounds good to you. But like I said, not now. You can do it later. In fact, some of the clients even used this platform, the recordings on YouTube, as their learning library in the company too. So yeah, on your weekend, or when you're on the train going back home, or you're coming to work early in the morning. A lot of us are listening to podcasts. Like this morning, I was listening to a leadership podcast. Yeah, just listen to the previous episodes. So anyway, you must be wondering if you are in the right place or not, right? Well, I want to assure you, yes, you are definitely in this right place, because this show is tailored for everyone, whether you're rocking a managing director hat, or you're a C-suite steering the ship as a business owner, or just embarking on a new journey of job hunting, or as a fresh graduate. And if you are a L&D comrade, a special shout out to you, because you are definitely in for a treat today. As always, we would love to know who's vibing with us today. Well, don't be shy. Drop us a hello, an emoji, or a comment, and let's interact. Let us know your
Yeah.
name and where you're from. And also, maybe you want to add in, have you had your lunch? Ajit, have you had your lunch?
Actually, no. We're having a birthday batch later at 3 o'clock, so I tried to skip lunch, wanting to save my stomach for that. So 3 o'clock birthday batch, high tea. So lunch probably later.
I'm coming over. Who's going to Ajit's place? Put
Come,
your
come,
name,
come.
comment. I will tell you the location. We shall go and break into his birthday bash.
You know, the irony, Shirin. I work for an organization. Not many Chinese though. We are a GLC, and we are celebrating today a Chinese New Year and also birthday batch. Can you imagine how nice? Despite not many, but yet we celebrate that festive in Malaysia. So that's the reason why today we are all in red. You see, some of us. I have my red. Shirin has her red. Yes.
We are
So
one
it's
Malaysian, so we celebrate all festivities.
true. Okay, for those who have not met me, in case you have not known me, my name is Ajit. I am currently working with FGV and in their groups here. It's a fun place to be with. And with me, I have Shireen.
Um, I'm Shireen, the Managing Director of Compass Mind Asia, and we'd like to welcome all of you to HR Intervention Season 5, Episode
Episode
1.
1. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome, Shireen. So before we move on, I want to know how was your 2025. What did you do? How it started? So far, has it been treating you well? Do share a little bit.
Well, it's been, I will say, 2025. We hit the road running, not walking, not crawling, but really at high speed, which I'm grateful for. It's been busy, but really exciting, with lots of planning, juggling priorities, and staying inspired. You know how it is in organizations, right, Ajay?
Yeah, I can imagine. Hit the ground running. Wow, that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's how it is. How's it for you?
Okay, not so bad. I think it started off, like you rightfully mentioned, it went very fast. I now still feel that I am in 2000. It still feel I'm celebrating New Year and Christmas, but we are already about to finish our first month. First month about to finish, so you can imagine the time flies. It doesn't walk. Time flies. It really flies.
Arlina says 2025 for the past 22 days was a trial phase. That's it.
No,
And
dear,
hi,
it's not trial. It's the reality.
it's reality, yeah, man. But yeah, for her, it's trial, so cute. All right, you want to continue to introduce the topic for today, Ajit?
Okay. Um, let's not wait any longer, Shireen. Let's introduce our guest and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, why not? Okay, let me do that part of it. So our speaker for today is a very familiar face in HR industry because who doesn't know Cyril, right? I'm sure Cyril must be standing behind there laughing, because he's in backstage. Cyril Tan is an experienced entrepreneur and human resource professional, celebrated by his extensive track record of achievements and deep-seated passion for the field. He excels in broad perspective of HR disciplines, including, there's a list of it, guys, talent acquisition, talent management, performance management, L&D, HR operations, employee engagement, change management, and industrial relations. So you can ask any questions today relating to any of this because he's the expert in it. Renowned for his expertise and strategic approach, Cyril has cultivated a reputation as a sophisticated and insightful HR authority. His ability to apply his knowledge effectively has led to significant organizational transformation, which is something we were talking about backstage just now, across both emerging startups and also established corporations. Cyril is committed to leveraging best practices in HR to drive excellence and deliver substantial results. And that I can vouch for it. He does deliver substantial results. It's amazing. Well, you can look at his profile in LinkedIn. I am absolutely thrilled to welcome our guest for today's. So please share some thumbs up and hearts and help me welcome Cyril Tan.
Hi everyone.
Okay.
Hi Cyril, how are you today?
I'm good here. It's quite exciting to join the TV shows as the first guest in 2025. Yeah.
2025, exactly. Thank you for joining us for our new season, and it's a true honor to have you with us today. So we are so excited to learn a little bit about your journey and also to see or to understand your perspective or how things have been going and to share your knowledge as well. Before we dive into today's topic, why not tell us something about yourself, or, which might be interesting for the audience. Maybe some fun facts about yourself, your hobbies, or anything that you like doing. Or with Chinese New Year around the corner, what would be your plans and what are you gearing up to do, for this special celebration?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Cyril. I'm the head of organization effectiveness at 𝗟𝗻𝗱𝗲. So it's fun to see everyone here talking about HR leadership playbook and see what we can have. So my journey actually started quite blessed with a lot of good people surrounded with me. And I started my career in HR because I love to work with people. For all the journey since education, I studied psychology to joining HR workforce. It's because I just love to work with people. I listen a lot of amazing stories how people succeed their I mean in their career. I mean not only in their career but also their life stories. I mean that actually motivates me continue in the career in HR. I mean, of course, on top of that, there are a lot of challenging things happening where I find it inspiring for me to learn a lot of skill sets, acquire a lot of skill sets along the way. I hope today's session that there are more stories that I can share with everyone, so you can get inspired by my stories and see how you can live up to your unique stories of leadership in moving forward.
Wow,
Yeah, interesting.
wonderful.
Thank you very much. Anything about your hobbies, Cyril? Anything that you like doing during your free time?
Oh, me, I love uh, playing with cats. So I'm a cat person. Yeah, I'm not a dog
Oh,
person. I'm a
really?
cat person. I do love dogs, but I'm more towards cat side. So I also like to spend my free times enjoying with having conversation with my friends and also sharing some uh, sports activities with my friends. I mean, example, pickleball. That's recently quite hot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
A
Nice, nice. How
burning
many
trend
cats do you
right
have then?
now.
yeah.
Mm. And what's your
How
Chinese
many
New Year
cats?
plan?
Actually, there's no plan. It's only enjoying the city when everyone's going back to the hometown. Yeah, that's where I enjoy the road without traffic. Yes.
You're not going anywhere?
Huh? Pardon?
Will you be going anywhere?
I don't have a plan. I usually plan when everyone back to office. Yeah, when everyone out of office, then I will be in the city and in the office.
So your kampung is KL.
My kampung is in Sabah, KK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you jaga rumah when everyone go for holiday in your team lah. So when they come back, then you leave lah.
Correct. Yes, they jaga rumah for me. That's my vision. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Anyways, okay. Thanks for sharing, Cyril. Very, very interesting insights of what you like to do. And let's move on to the topic of today. A bit of introduction about it. Leadership today isn't just about managing people. It's about inspiring and empowering them to do their best while creating a thriving workplace culture. Cyril can tell you all about that because I sat with him. I asked him, "What's your vision for next year?" And he told me later. I hope he tells you guys too. It's a skill every HR leader needs, especially in today's fast-changing world. Ajit, over to you. Has Ajit hung?
Oh, okay. We are...
Okay, I think your line not so good. Let me continue. That's why having a strong HR leadership playbook is so important. And we're thrilled to dive into this topic with our guest today, Cyril, and learn how to turn these strategies into actions. Like he mentioned, he's going to share a lot of his personal stories. So I can't wait to hear all that. So are you ready with our questions, Cyril?
Sure.
All right. Let me bring on question number 1. Then I'll pass it to Ajit. Hopefully his line will be okay. Can you share your journey to HR leadership and how it shaped your approach to inspiring and empowering your team? Because when we all started, I mean, we are all like, from rank and file, and then we grow. So how was your journey of HR and how did it shape your approach in inspiring and empowering teams?
Okay. Like what I shared, I started my career with my passion in people. So I thought moving into a leadership role, it will be easy for me because I love to work with people. In fact, there are a lot of lessons I learned along my way. So for example, when I still remember many years ago when I started to transition from an individual contributor to leading a team. So it wasn't that easy. So during that period, example, I have difficulties in easing myself, trusting my team deliver a good job. Example, I can delegate my job, but I felt, how come so slow? How come the task never come back to me again? And when they deliver it to me, then I will say, how come it doesn't up to my expectation? So I better do it myself. Then the emotion is not on handling the stuff. It's more the challenges for a leaders is handling themselves. For me, it's handling myself. How do I hold people accountable? How do I manage my own emotions of uneasiness or all of this? And at the end, after many rounds of having self-talk to myself, then I say, okay, so you love people and you like to create moments for others. So why not just creating moments temporary, but more long-term? Hold them accountable, just trust them they can deliver. It's okay to not deliver up to certain standard, acceptable level, but not up to your standard. Make them feel safe, continue, because it's their learning opportunity. So how can I make sure it's okay, just accept it, and while they are progressing up to your level. So it's a journey actually. When I lead the team, it's not only a journey they go through with me, it's also a journey for me to have paradigm shift in my mind. Yeah. So trust my team, create a safe environment, back them up, etc. So that's just a journey. For me, leadership is not a lesson that you can sit through a class and then learn a lot of things. It's a journey that fighting with myself, going through that, have that kind of transformation. Yeah.
Wonderful. I totally agree with you. It's always a journey, yeah? And it transforms us as we go along. Well said, well said. Okay, well said, Cyril. Okay, let's move to the second question. Okay, are you ready, Cyril? A bit nervous?
Yes. Sure. Sure.
Okay, how do you? Okay, this is a little bit about multi-generation workforce here. How do you effectively navigate the challenges of managing a multi-generation workforce and a diverse mindset and experiences in the organization?
I would say we are coming from different backgrounds. So regardless of generation, all of us are coming from different background. There are different set of needs. There's a different set of expectations that how we want to be treated. How do I manage them? I ask them. How do you want to be treated? Because it's very important for us to not only understand their needs, but also understand how they would like to be treated. Because the thing is, a lot of initiative failed because for me, I personally felt we are not only understanding the agenda or even labeling them, you belongs to this generation or that generation. So we also need to understand how they want to be treated. Then we treat them according to how they want to be treated. Then that it actually nurture a good relationship between me and them and the team. So for me, it's very, very important because we don't assume we understood them. We assume we don't understand them. Ask them a lot of critical, important questions. Then from there, we get insights and then see how we can lead the team more effectively based on what they need. I mean, in today's world, we're all talking about empowerment. Empowerment doesn't come just like that. Empowerment comes with certain criteria, prerequisites. So example, understand them, ask them. Very simple. Just ask them how they want to be treated. Then you lead the team based on how they want to be treated. Of course, there are certain expectations that you can't just tell them lah. I may not be able to fulfill, but this is the extent I can help. I can support you. This is how I felt multi-generation should be worked.
Yeah, fantastic. I like the part where you ask them how they want to be treated, then you empower them, and then you make sure that everybody is aligned and understanding. Fantastic.
Yeah.
For our audience, do share with us where you are dialing in from. Do also tell us what you're having for lunch today. Now it's at lunchtime. Sherin, I believe she's still hungry yet. She haven't eaten. No.
I ate at 11:30. No, I pingsan on the TV. Cyril, I really like how you mentioned about the previous question where you actually, that means you customize how you treat each and every person based on how they after asking them some questions, how they would like you to treat them, how they would how basically it's asking them in totality how they want to be communicated to. Is that
Yes.
serious?
Yes, correct. So I can share with you one of the incidents I have with my team. I just have I still recall one of the time where I give feedback to one of my team member because we are sitting in open office. I just provide common feedbacks on something to the person. So after the sessions, then the person walked to me saying that can we have that feedback session more privately? So because this person felt, because the feedback is nothing bad, it's just a conversation how we can improve certain things. So the person walked to me and I felt, can we have it privately? Because the person have a bit of self-confident issues. He felt so that kind of feedback in an open office may may embarrass her. Maybe she has a bit high self-awareness kind of situations where I say, yes, I can do that for you. Yes, I mean, from there onwards, the way I provide feedback, maybe it's not at her desk, maybe in my desk or more private space, where she feels safe. I mean, this is how I tune but the way I work with my team a bit better. And from there onwards, she felt, yeah, now she feel a bit safe and groom her self-confidence. Now it doesn't matter. Anywhere I give feedback, she's fine. Because from there onwards, she felt, yeah. I mean, slowly I grew confidence on her. Then she felt the environment then changed who I am. I am confident. Then I changed my approach again.
That's amazing. That's really, I mean, you really take into account how people feel, how your
Yeah.
team feels about what is being done, how you do it. So it comes to the next question. What strategies have you found most effective in fostering mentorship and reverse mentorship in your team?
Okay. So how does mentorship works? I always ask myself this question. How when mentorship works, whether it's up to down or down reverse mentorship. So I believe creating safe environment is important. So safe environment makes people feel they are not people don't judge them because they are being mentored. Yeah. So whether it's someone mentoring them certain topic or even reverse mentoring where the younger person or a junior person teaching a senior person, it's very important where they are able to review their vulnerability yet not being judged. So it's very important in that sense. At the same time, during mentorship, while people are learning, they also need to feel safe to make mistake. When mistake happen, right, you don't throw them out under the out of the bus. So when you throw them out from the bus, then you don't feel safe. So mentorship works in both way in that sense. Whether it's mentor or mentee, both need to feel safe, both need to accept there will be hiccups here and there, and then and people feel safe to learn and then excel. I mean, for me, that's the strategy. Any point of the time, you don't throw them out of the bus. So they feel safe. I mean, just create that environment. Ask yourself, yeah, people make mistakes, so what? They learn from it, they excel from it. It's the price I pay for them to learn, just like a price I pay for them to attend training.
Don't throw them out the bus, don't throw them under the bus.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
I do agree. I do agree. Don't throw people under the bus. Don't put blame. Allow them space to learn. Well said. Well said. You have any vacancies in your place? Can I work for you?
Good.
I also want, God.
That's a lovely
Always
boss.
welcome. We have opportunity here.
Nice. I like this kind of leadership. Okay, before we move on, before we continue with the next question, we are opening the floor to the audience. If you have any questions or you want to clarify any thoughts or you have got any comments, please feel free to drop them in the chat box, and then we will pick it up and then we will share that with Cyril, and then we will be able to address your needs, your questions. Please feel free, interact. If you just want to put an emoji or a heart or a love or say something to me and Shireen, please do. We want to see our audience interacting with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Cyril, ready for next question?
Sure.
Okay, what approach have you successfully used to encourage employees to step out of their comfort zone and embrace growth opportunities?
That's an excellent question.
Yes. So this question made me think. Okay, what I always like to have conflict. I always like to challenge people, challenge their thoughts. So I mean, conflicts. How I handle that was I create a safe environment, that just like I have shared. So how does a safe environment allowing people or enabling people share their ideas, having different thought, throwing on the table, having healthy conflict, sharing people's different ideas. Yeah, I mean, this is what I like about managing different people, because people really sparks ideas. People throw ideas, throw different things on the table. So what I need to do, the approach is creating conflict, creating arguments. So this is how I felt. Not only I'm being sparked some ideas by the teams when they throw in some opinions, I also help them see different perspective. You see, I always enjoy. I always remember a quote that shared by my previous superior or my leaders that I follow. You know what you know, you don't know what you don't know. So when you don't know what you don't know, let people throw in their ideas, open up your eyes and see things. This is a simple statement yet very powerful. It actually follows me for many years. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, good approach. Cyril, as you are speaking, I'm writing notes. That's why you see me looking down, I'm writing notes. You are amazing how you create conflicts in the teams, but create a safe environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Cyril, can you share an example of how positive reinforcements has transformed employees' behavior or performance within your team?
I would say timely acknowledgement is very, very important, or timely feedback also very important. So for me, positive reinforcement has to come in time. Whenever you observe something good, just don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your team. Just tell them how good they are. Do you appreciate certain behavior? If let's say you see a behavior that doesn't that's not aligned, then I also give timely feedback to the person. For me, it's not a wasting time kind of effort, but in fact it helps both of us enhance the bonding between me and my team, and also a learning opportunity for me to the team. I mean, this is how I see it. Positive reinforcement, not necessarily something tangible, must be giving a gift or something, or money or something like this, but also a praise, acknowledgement from superior to the team is very, very important. This is how I felt. It should be certain behavior that reinforce, then we acknowledge certain behavior that you don't want to see. You give your feedback. This is how I look into.
So you provide feedback on things that you want, that you think should not be done.
I provide feedback, not only things that shouldn't be done, but also provide acknowledgement for things I want to see repeat in the future.
Okay.
It has to have a balance in that sense.
Okay, very good. Thank you. We kind of lost Sherin for a while. I think the internet connectivity is not so good. But never mind, Cyril, the show have to go on. There's a question from the audience, but I can't see the name. I'm sorry, I only can see LinkedIn user. So the question is, how should we handle bosses that throw you under the bus every time and only thinks of himself/herself? That's part one. The boss doesn't guide you, and when you did it your way, it isn't up to his or her expectation, and eventually you have to follow his or her way. So this is one question, very long but interesting question.
Yes, I do have people also ask me the same question. If let's say your boss always throw you under the bus, how do you handle that? Then for me, very simple. Talk to your boss. Share your concern. So bring the boss not only in the meeting setting, sometimes in a meeting room or in a proper setup. The conversation may be a bit more formal. So maybe building relationship outside of the formal setting, bringing your boss for coffee, sharing that I have this situation that I observe, and something's happened. Then I I felt uneasy. This unfortunate incident has happened. The consequences. You felt you have been thrown out of the bus, and hope and share with how you would like to be treated in the future. Then at the same time, moving forward, all the situations, okay, then you need to preempt your boss. In this situation, I have this recommendation. This recommendation may not go as per predict. It may go outside of the track, out of the track. So when it out of track, so these are the consequences may happen. Preempt your boss during this situation, how you would like to be treated in that sense. So the alignment with your boss is very important. So nowadays, I find it very interesting as the technology is getting more and more advanced. The human touch and human talk between two individuals are getting lesser. I believe these situations, bring your boss out for coffee, talk to the person. It's not personal. It's just sharing of feelings. See how moving forward we can work together. It's very important. Don't talk via email. Don't talk via Teams. Don't talk via WhatsApp. It doesn't work. Meet the person in physically. Share with the person. You just say nothing. Not no offense. It's just something how we can move things forward together. I mean, you create a mutual win-win situation for both you and your bosses. I most of the time it will work for all these situations. Yes, just talk to the boss, bring for coffee. Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful way, because otherwise some people cannot tahan, they go and resign, and then that's it. You go, yeah, the boss will be like, I thought you were happy. So the perception between the boss perception and the staff perception, there's a gap there. So yeah, it's always good to call for a meeting, have a cup of coffee, Zeus
Correct.
coffee, Kirana coffee, whatever coffee.
Yes, correct. Agree. I mean, whatever for me, you don't resign because you have you are not happy with someone. For me, when you are not happy with someone, resolve it. Then it will add to your competency on when you are happy, leave a legacy. Then only you move on. Because everywhere you go, if let's say things are not resolved, most likely it will repeat again, but with different person in another setting.
Yeah. Sometimes they
Agreed.
say what you tend to attract certain energies to you, and then
Correct.
wherever you go, the same energy you're attracting. That's
Okay.
great. Anyway, we have a question from 𝗟𝗲𝗱𝗏𝗧. I got disconnected just now. We haven't spoken. Have we spoken about 𝗟𝗏𝗱𝗏𝗏's question already?
No.
We are talking the second part. How do you manage conflicts
Ah,
within the
How
team?
do you manage conflicts within a team while still fostering an empowering environment? Cyril?
Right. So for me, setting up a context is very important. We don't just handle conflict just like that, but as a leader, we need to set up a context. For example, we need to mind all the team, be mindful of your word, no personal attack, all this kind of prerequisition before healthy conflict can happen within the team. So for me, when I lead conflict, I will share with the team, no personal attack, just focus on the task. You agree on this idea or you disagree with this idea with justification, but not the person. You don't use the word, example, your idea is bad because your idea is bad. I would say this idea it's better with this. You just build on ideas, use respectful words, then it will foster a healthy conflict handling environment for everyone. And whenever we are out of the room, you also need to set the context. Whatever conflict we have within the room stays in the room, then everyone will know how to act professionally. I mean, as a leader, we need to set example. We also need to set context for people.
Agreed. Totally agreed. The leader will drive the culture in the organization. So you're right. Create a healthy conflict environment so that if there are conflicts, talk about it, trash it out, but
Yeah.
done and dealt with. Then you move forward. Come to an agreement, move forward. Well said. At all times act professional. Okay. With that, what are some creative ways to build culture? To build culture of an open and honest dialogue within a team. How can you do that? How can you?
How can I be honest,
Yeah, create
respectful of the
a way so
individual?
that you create a culture that people become honest to each other in the organization.
I think like what I mentioned, it's very similar setting from healthy conflict, where you need to set the context up. For me, respectful words is very important. You need to respect the person. Not talking about the person is the situations or the task, the incidents. Yeah. So use respectful words. Then setting up correct context. When people talk, they talk about the incidents, not about the person. It's very, very important. I mean, we all learn the way how we use our word mindfully during in every setting. It's very, very important. It's a lesson for all of us, including myself. I'm still learning. So I'm still learning how to be consciously using certain words and be mindful of how I say it to the other person, and then the tone of it and the respect I give to the other person. So it's very, very important. Honest and open dialogue doesn't happen just that. It happens through a long journey of how I interact with the person, and the person feels safe and respond honestly back the way they to me. So this is how I felt honest and open dialogue should be.
That's great way of doing it. I actually think sometimes when we communicate also, we want to hear it out on our own, because whether we like those words others telling onto us,
Yes,
whether it's acceptable or not before we use it onto others,
yes, correct.
whether it's respectful enough. Yeah. So anyway, these are for the audience. If you have any questions or personal experience you want to share regarding the topic today, please feel free to put in a comment. And then if there's any questions, we can try to answer them. So, Cyril, another question for you. How do you encourage healthy conflicts in workplace to spark innovation? So this is on the innovation part without jeopardizing team harmony. I know it's
Right.
a safe space and stuff, but you want to
Yep.
spark their innovation.
How does innovation or great idea works? It doesn't work just safe environment or just like that.
Mm,
Actually, we safe spark in ideas. It works on building ideas, because most of the time, a lot of ideas was killed because of we are not conscious in our work. For example, your idea is great, but the word "but" always kill ideas. So I always felt we need to we need to be very mindful on the word that we use in every situations until it becomes a habit. For example, when people throw ideas, you don't feel this it's workable, then you can say, I love your ideas, and we can do something on top of this. So it builds ideas. So for me, spark innovation without jeopardizing team harmony, we need to be mindful of some words that we use. Example, just like what I shared, but remove all the but, replace with and. It's very important.
mm, yeah. Sometimes you give a very, very positive feedback. Suddenly you go, but that's it. It just damages everything
It
along
feels
the
you, yeah, you feel hurt.
I know.
You
All
you're
right.
so right. The butt will kill the whole situation, kill the whole environment, kill the whole spark. You're right. You're right. Okay. Okay, Cyril. In today's tech-driven world, how do you ensure that human connection remains at the core of your leadership style?
I would say talk to people, because a lot of tech is bringing convenience to our life, but tech doesn't replace our needs of our needs of wanting to be socially connected. So for me, a lot of the time where people start to find it a bit hard to speak to people, just pick up a phone and call the person, or even just walk to the person. They are just a few steps away from your work desk. So just speak to the person, handle the situation. I think very, very important. I mean, leadership works with humans. Humans need to be socially connected. The reason I still remember someone asked me many years ago, being a human, we need social connection. But most often we forget the purpose why we need to be socially connected. The reason why we need to get to know each other is because for us we are able to reveal our true self, to reveal our vulnerability without being judged for it. I give you a very simple scenario. Your friends, the friends that you know long time, when the friends do something bad or the friends suddenly have some challenging moment, you won't judge the person because you know the person for long. So when we build that kind of relationship, we are able to show vulnerability while we are still feel safe. The person won't judge us. So we can't lose that ability when this tech-driven world is coming now. Yeah. So being a human, be a human for a human. Go and talk to the person, build relationship. Don't just WhatsApp, email, or team. It doesn't work.
I like the tagline, be a human for a human.
Yeah.
Writing it down. For a human. Okay. That's cool. Cyril, another question for you. What are your go-to methods for empowering team members to take ownership of their projects while ensuring accountability? Like you say, you don't expect 100% perfection because they are learning, but also it cannot be totally wrong also because then you're answerable to it. So how do
Yes.
you manage that?
So for me, it's very important for you to communicate your expectation as well as how does end result looks like for people. So when we want to hold people accountable, empower people, so we need to share, we need to tell people how does end result looks like and how do you expect it to be done in that sense. Empowerment just doesn't go like, I'm a leader, you are an employee. I tell you something that it's empowerment. Empowerment doesn't work that way. Empowerment works. You just tell people end result, let them work it out their journey, how they want to do their things. And then when they are running out of idea, they come back to you saying, oh, I'm stuck here. Then you enlighten them with your experience. Share with them what are some of the previous experience you have in working things out. Then sparks them with ideas. Then let them go back to their own journey and figure it out until they reach their end goal. I mean, for me, empowerment start with an end in mind, but you don't dictate how they move towards that direction. And you, along their way, when they run off the idea, enlighten them with your experience and ideas.
So how often you need to do this kind of coaching, this kind of checks? You give them the end picture, you leave them alone, you empower them. Then how often would you want to?
I would say during this journey, I have a few checkpoints I set for myself. During each checkpoint, I will check, but not all the time. So it depends on the individual as well. Some individuals are smart and very reliable. I don't have many checkpoints along the way. Some people requires more assistance. I tailor-made my checkpoint according to the individual. So I have an experience with my team where I share with Shireen the other days where I have my coffee card with my team member. So I try not to have my team member too dependable to me. So I have my coffee card. Whenever you need to pick my brand, then you need to stamp on this card. So maybe every 5 stamp, you need to buy me a coffee. It's because you drain my brain juice. So think twice before you come to me. So it works for me and my team. So it's quite a gamification between leaders and my team member where they think twice first. Before I come, I need to make sure each time I spend with my leader, the time is worth.
Yeah. Ajit, time to practice that also.
Yes, we should.
It is gamification. All right.
Okay.
Next.
We have a question from the audience. Batrisha Muhammad Zaki. Okay. Hi, I am currently doing my internship. Could you share some motivational words to help boost my confidence in completing the assigned task?
Sure. Oh, for me, very simple. Confident, it's not a word or someone told you something that you can build. It's practice over practice. Whenever after a thousands, millions time of practice, when you build out the skills and it just become your habit, you have your confidence. For me, don't not scared don't scared of failing, because it's part of your lesson, and as well as celebrate all the success along your way is also part of your lessons. Or I think do it over and over again, you will definitely have your build up your self-confidence. Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Okay, very good. Okay. How do you personally balance the role of a manager and leader in different situations?
Yeah. You need to put things in context. Managing tasks, empower people. You don't manage people. You don't empower the task. You don't do vice versa. You manage tasks, empower people. So for me, like what I say, I will share end goal. I will empower the teams how they want to move towards that direction. I don't dictate that. So of course, along my way, I will share my expectation, but I don't dictate micromanage every task. For me, as being a leader as well as a manager, I need to make sure being a manager, tasks are delivered accordingly. As a manager, I empower people, I inspire people how the way they work throughout the journey. So for me, if not life and death, I will not go into micromanaging. Micromanaging only happens on certain life and death situation, and also on certain special occasion, but not all the time. Yeah. So I manage people. I empower people. I manage tasks. So I have a few checkpoints. So this is how I balance between managing tasks versus empowering people. So as to put in the right context.
All right. Yeah, that's a nice way of doing it.
Manage
Yeah,
tasks, empower people.
yeah. Managing tasks, empower people. You cannot empower tasks and manage people. That's a
Yes.
failed leadership. Yay. All right. One last question, I guess, because we are 153. So fast the time has flown. Cyril, leadership often involves making tough decisions that may not be popular, right? How do you approach such situations while maintaining team trust and morale?
Like what I say, a lot of cultures, how people feel safe work and motivated working with you. It's a proper setup of context.
Mm,
Example, I'm a people manager leading my team. So during the decision making situation, I always emphasize there are times that I will be making unpopular decision, but right decision. So for me, I give you opportunity to raise your to voice out your ideas, opinions, etc. A platform for you to feel safe in raising up your opinions. But at the end of the day, because in an organization, the boss have the right to make decisions. So I will still tell my team, at the end of the day, I may land on something that you are not agreeable. But as a leader, I need to balance up all this. Then we need to act as a team. Sometimes your opinion is taken in the decision making in making the decision that you may felt happy. Sometimes the decision that I made you may not agree. But at the end of the day, we need to move as a team, and this is the right decision, an unpopular decision I need to make. If the best decision and the right decision overlap with each other, we are all happy. But sometimes right decision may not be the best decision that in your mind. So we need to prepare our team. There are situations like this, and we need to be I need to be transparent to my team as well, so they feel comfortable. They feel I don't make decisions against the idea. I don't listen to them. For me, provide avenue for them to raise their opinion, yet tell them that there are contexts unpopular decisions will be made. This is how I lead my team. So we are open, yet we work together as a team.
Wonderful. I would agree to that. I think very good. Be transparent, prepare your team, communicate often, let them know. End of the day, the decision needs to be made by the leader. Sometimes the leader may have more information than what they have. You may have more visibility of the situation of the organization. So then the decision can be different than what they would propose. Yeah, you're right. You're so right, Cyril. Okay. We have approached the end of our session. It was a wonderful discussion. I hope you had a fun, Cyril. You are done now. No more questions, finished, So we would like to thank you very much for joining us and sharing this insightful sharing as well. And most of all, to have a serious discussion with us today. Before we end the session, is there any way that our audience can be in touch with you in the event if they want to connect or they want to have further questions? Is there any method that they could be in touch with you?
Sure. Connect with me via LinkedIn. So my name is Cyril Tan, as shown on the live stream here. So just connect with me on LinkedIn. Not only you ask me questions, I also want to learn from you. Leadership is all about learning from each other. It's very, very powerful.
That's so true. So guys, remember, connect to Cyril because it's been an amazing session. You want to learn more from him and you want to share with him also. So we all can learn all around. Well, it really doesn't feel like 1 hour is over. Again, thank you so much, Cyril. And if any of you are HR or L&D manager planning to do any trainings or any training related enquiries, do email us at training@compassmind.com. Before we wrap up, we'd like to take this opportunity to wish Cyril and all of you a very happy Chinese New Year in advance. May this year bring you joy, prosperity, and lots of meaningful moments. Thanks for watching HR Intervention. Remember, serious discussions only. And don't forget to join us in our next month's session. Next episode of HRTV. It's going to be another exciting one, I promise you. So till then, it was lovely meeting all of you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.
Damn, that last picture that came out,